Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Prophet Eneh, and if today is your first time of joining me, I'm a life and relationship coach. I help people build intentional relationship that leads to a godly and successful marriage. And in today's video, I'll be answering one of the questions I got during the week. Someone asked me if education really matters in a relationship. And if you're interested to hear what I have to say about this, you definitely want to keep watching. So like I said, does education really matter? Well, I'll try as much as possible to answer this question to the best of my abilities. And one thing I can tell you for a certainty is that there is no yes or no answer to this question. So I can't tell you yes, education matters, and I can't tell you no, it doesn't matter. All I can tell you for now is that it depends on you. Yes, it depends on what you want. So by so doing, I will try as much as possible to give us areas or things that we can think about when I'm talking about this subject. The first thing or things that we need to look at is what are we when we talk about education, what are we really referring to? Are we talking about someone being book smart, or are we talking about someone actually having substantial knowledge about a subject matter? Because different people see being educated differently. Someone might see someone who went to the university as educated, while somebody else might be seeing somebody who acquired a lower degree, probably someone who spent their time studying and reading books as educated. So what is your definition of being educated? Let me give you illustrations so that you understand this very well. It's possible for someone to be book smart. The person went to the university, he read to pass exams, not actually to know the subject, because in our society today we tend to discover that so many people go to school not to understand or to study a particular, they just want to pass that particular examination. So somebody might read, cram and pass an examination and come out as even the best graduating students, but when they come out, when they are holding like a public discussion about things, they are unable to contribute. They are not so educated, they are book smart, they read and passed their exam, but they can't hold down a conversation. So but you see somebody else who has never been to the four corners of a university, they spend their time reading to know, reading to master, reading to get internalize what they are reading, not just because there's no exam to pass, so they are reading actually to learn those skills. So you see them, those persons, I won't tell you they're not educated, because they're educated, they know something. So it's about what you define as being educated. So if you're talking about the area where the person didn't actually go to school at all, and they are not even making effort to bring themselves up to be knowledgeable about events and things, then that one is a different ball game altogether. So but what we are trying to understand here right now is that it's not the same thing to be book smart and be educated. So you can actually be book smart and educated, and you can actually be book smart and you're not so educated. So you think about it, what do you mean when you make reference to the word education? So you that is asking me that question, think about it, what do you mean by educated? If you are talking about book smart, then I don't think that's education, because some persons can be book smart but they don't know anything. So let's keep going. The thing that is actually more important is having a sense of emotional intelligence, whereby you can actually understand how somebody feel per time. You can actually know how to relate with persons per time. There are some persons who have acquired this skill. There are some persons who have studied to acquire these skills. They know how to manage relationship. They know how to communicate very well. There are some persons who have gone to school, but they don't know how to communicate in relationships. They don't know how to say their thoughts. They don't know how to express themselves. And what do you say about these persons? They are educated, yes, but they are still lacking in some certain things. Why there are some other guys or ladies out there who probably have never been to university, but they know how to communicate very well. They know how to handle issues. So you need to think around this thing when you are talking about if it matters to you. But one thing I can actually say is for a certain is that being book smart is not a guarantee for a successful marriage. Yes, that you know chemistry, you know physics, you know biology, is not a guarantee that you have a successful marriage. You get what I'm saying? So it's not a guarantee. What is important is that you are able to relate with the person, being intellectually on the same level. What do I mean by being intellectually on the same level? You are able to hold conversation together without feeling threatened. If you are feeling threatened by your partner, or your partner is feeling threatened by you whenever you're holding a conversation, then I don't think you should continue with that relationship, because at the long run it might result to a lot of problem. Because most times mostly men who are not so educated, most times if their women are so educated, if they have the highest degree, they start feeling threatened when they come in public, maybe because they have insecurity issues, or maybe the woman wants to stand out and look down on them in public and all those kind of things. So it depends. If you know that as a lady you won't rub it on the guy's face that you are so educated and more educated than him, if he has not been to the four corners of the universe, that's what you define as being educated, then there's no point going into that relationship with that guy. Best find somebody who is on the same educational level or intellectual level with you. And if you are a guy too and you know that your aim is to get married to somebody who is educated and bring them down to your level, then it's very, very wrong. You need to find somebody that is on the same intellectual level with you, somebody that you can actually hold a solid conversation with, and at the end of the conversation both of you are fulfilled, nobody is threatened. So that's what I feel like it's more important, not just about going to school. Going to school is very, very good, but going to school doesn't determine that your marriage will be successful. I hope you understand this. So I still ask you that question: does education matter in your relationship? Does it matter based on what you define as being educated? Drop a comment on the comment box if education really matters to you, if you can actually date a guy or a lady who has never been to the university, or if you can actually date somebody who is not educated at all. Maybe he's a business guy, his grammar is not good, maybe he's just into business and he's making his money though, so, and all those kind of things. So I would like to hear what you think about this, and also please do subscribe to my channel, and also leave a thumbs up for this video if you like the tips I just shared with you that will help you to think around this. And also visit my Facebook page, Life and Relationship Coaching with Prophet Eneh, where I teach on relationship and life. Thank you for watching today's video. See you in the next video.